may be wondering, perhaps, why we have been exploiting more lessons within the sea. You probably now may have as well realized how the seas, in proportionality to their vastness, have a lot of creatures to glean relevant lessons from. In the depths of the seas is yet another fascinating creature. Is it the crab, the seals, the fishes, whales, or the deadly sharks? No, none of these is our target. It is the lobster. Lobsters are invertebrates with a hard protective exoskeleton. Typically, lobsters are dark colored, either bluish green or greenish brown, as to blend in with the ocean floor, but they can be found in a multitude of colors. Lobsters with atypical coloring are extremely rare. Often in cases of atypical coloring, there is a genetic factor such as albinism or hermaphroditism. Special coloring does not appear to have an effect on the lobster's taste once cooked. With the exception of albinos, all lobsters possess astaxanthin, which is responsible for the bright red colors lobsters turn after being cooked. Lobsters have long bodies with muscular tails and live in crevices or burrows on the seafloor. 3 of their 5 pairs of legs have claws, including the first pair, which are usually much larger than the others. Lobsters, like snails and spiders, have blue blood due to the presence of hemocyanin, which contains copper. But did you know that a lobster's blood is colorless unless it is exposed to oxygen, where it turns blue? Lobsters, even though may be hard to accept, are not recommended by God to be eaten. When our Maker, after several unheeded counsels, left us to our appetite, He had classed the lobster as unfit for our dietary needs. Yet this wonderful creature has a thrilling lesson for us. It's no surprise that the biblical book of Job renders these lines in the 12th chapter. But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach you, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell you, or speak to the earth, and it shall teach you, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto you. Who knows not in all these things that the hand of the Lord has wrought this, in whose hand is the soul of every living thing, and the breath of all mankind? When a lobster is brought up from a reasonable death and bled, its blood is perfectly clear. That is because the oxygen level at those depths are relatively low, and hemocyanin without oxygen is colorless. Hemocyanin turns blue when saturated with oxygen. The oxygen is being carried in association with a copper ion that is oxidized to form blue, but in its reduced state is colorless. We do experience this in our lives at certain times. Like the lobster's blood, we will always need that particular support or aid in order to reveal our true capabilities. It could be in the form of a little advice one could give you in times of dilemma, or maybe a physical support. Sometimes we feel so proud to concede to such a support. Our ego takes a strong hold of us that we see not clearly how our elders and our aiders are close to us. Notwithstanding, we can never flee from the complementary nature we have. No man can be an island. No one can live without a specific aid from another. Sometimes it will take the catalyst of probably an enemy to put you in the limelight. So in many circumstances, our successes and true colors show as a result of the impetus given us externally. Like the oxygen, there is always a form of impetus, an external aid or more research that will help us bring out exceptional results, even if we have more challenging facts. Pay heed to that oxygen because you surely need it. Don't be ruined by ego and pride. No, imitate God. Remember, be hopeful, be motivated.